Hey, welcome to Turbo Talk. I'm Turbo, and I'm sitting out in the green, oh my gosh, my dog's barking in there and getting me all upset. Anyway, I'm sitting out here in the ponds in my wet area. We got 3 or 4 ponds. I can give you a quick tour, but I just wanted to give you a little bit of an update, I guess. It's really not an update, but here we go. I'm going to show you around real quick. There's a little boy and girl. We've had this pond for, I don't know, 8 years, I guess, or longer, maybe 10 years. I think, well, I got to talk to Daniel. He's the one that helped me. Matt helped me when they lived over here. And then so it comes down over there, and then there's more water down over here, and we're still in the makings. And yeah, it needs cleaned up. Look at the, we save everything. We don't throw anything away. Yeah, and then that is wood poppy. It's native. Let me see if I can actually bring it again. Yeah, there it is. And then the fountain, that was a throwaway and it was busted up. Storm broke it up and I brought it home, fixed it. Anyway, so yeah, I'm sitting out here at my ponds, and I just thought I'd give you a quick little tour because I just thought I'd just go ahead and just take a minute and just start sharing who's Turbo. For some of them that even are really close probably don't even know the answer to that. And so maybe if I get it recorded and and viewed and maybe discussed and communicated and commented on, and maybe amongst a bunch of people, some people probably understand what it is or who it is that I am. All right, so anyway, we're going to start this in stages. So here we go. This is intro. Welcome. I'm Turbo. Yeah. I think I should probably start with how I got my name, Turbo. That's going to be the first thing I'm going to share. All right, so I got to go back a little bit younger days of my life before I can actually get into my naming so you can understand. But nonetheless, when I was a young boy, about in 9, 10 years old, my dad would take me down, 5, 6, 7 miles away from where we lived in the country and drop me, my lawnmower, and my motorcycle and gas off. And then I would go, and it would take me 2 or 3 days, and I would go back and forth. But I got paid $25 every time I finished the yard, and it was a big yard, and I was doing it with a push mower or whatever. And so that led into going into the body shop world, and my jobs, when I left there, I sold grit newspaper first. I was doing all that. I don't know. Everything was based on what I got is the dollar for the dollar, or for the item, or the hour, whatever. But it didn't matter how long it took. It was a set price. So therefore, my lawn was $25. I got so much money when I sold so many newspapers. It didn't matter how long it took me to sell them, but when I sold them, I got that amount of money. And then when I went into the body shop, everything was commission, and so I got paid 2.5 hours to paint a fender. It didn't matter if it took me 4 or 1. And so that was the way things were. I went into my own business, blah, blah, blah. Things kind of went a little bit sour, and next thing you know, I'm finding myself at the age 32 years old, I think, and I'm in a job for the very first time in my life. I'm actually getting paid $1 for an hour. What it means is that all I gotta do is show up for 8 hours, and they were gonna give me so much money for each hour I was there. It didn't really matter if I did anything or not. Right. But I went into this whole thing, with the ethics that, hey, all right, give me a project. That's all, I don't care. And I'd go in there and I'd bust it out. And next thing I know, after about a month of working at this job at Rogers Building Supplies, my first $1 an hour job, I go through my whole life on commission, and then I'm in here, and all of a sudden, one of the sales representatives that's, my co-side, somebody that was there before me but did the same thing I did, took me aside and he said, "Man, you're making us look bad. Slow down. Take breaks. Come on." And so Next thing I know, it actually became the employees on the sales floor that was ganging up on me, telling me to slow down and kind of, there goes Turbo. You know, that was the inside slang, and it was a slander because I wasn't slowing down. In fact, you know, they started using the name so much. But then the outside yard got a hold of it. Oh, they loved it. They started using it. And so they were calling me Turbo, but they were calling me Turbo in a positive way. So all right within the company, I had a negative way of being called Turbo and a positive way of being called Turbo. And then, lo and behold, here's another part of Turbo. I actually, I don't know, really kind of, I guess I'm an athlete of some sort, would be the term. But amateur, way amateur, very low level. But I ran marathons and triathlons, and so in a whole nother world, a whole nother side of Coach Bob, to Turbo. I'll get into Coach Bob later, but nonetheless. And so when that world got a hold of it, it was actually sunk in, and then it was finally capitalized when the CEO of the company, or I guess he was the CEO, he was the main dog that you didn't see but only walking in once in a while, came down and told me, I heard that they're calling you Turbo. And I said, yeah, that's what they're calling me. They're calling me Turbo. He goes, well, and do you like it? And I said, well, and I gave him the quick little rundown of the story, and I said, yeah, I'm okay with it. And he goes, well, we're going to make up some new business cards. It's going to be Bob Turbo Lowers, which later just became Turbo. And that's been many years ago. That would have been in 1995. I was given the name Turbo. So there you go. A little bit of an update, but actually it can't really be an update if you didn't really know where it was that I was starting with. And so I guess from now on, Who is Turbo will have an update. So you saw the original, the inaugural Who is Turbo. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Make comments. Yeah, just help me out, whatever. And be your best.